Western Star, baby. Alright guys, stick with me. You'll see this truck in action real soon. So, alright, see you in the hall. Alright guys, here's the new truck for Truck and Talk Thursday. What we have here is a Western Star. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys remember the beginning because it wasn't that long ago. So, Western Star. I have a little rotary beacon on it that I mostly use for gas hauls or explosive hauls. So that's what I'll be reserving it for. But it's a pretty good truck. Not a great truck, but a pretty good one. I'll tell you some of my gripes with it. Some of these are things that can be fixed. Some of these are things that can't be fixed. So, I'm still not quite used to the 10-speed transmission, but you get used to it. Rotary beacon's cool. It came stock with a drop axle. Nah, I didn't want the drop axle on there. One of my main complaints, and this is one thing that can't be fixed, this was supposed to be my long haul, big truck, and it's only got a 100-gallon gas tank, which, for me, honestly, is not that great. I'm pretty good with fuel efficiency and fuel economy, but this truck for long hauling isn't that great. Now it makes a good oversized truck for oversized loads, but that's really about it. Don't plan on going too far with this guy because you only have a 100-gallon tank. It's a nice interior. All this is wood. Now, another problem I have is the gauges. Gauges are kind of hard to read, and I just ran a red light. Well, that wouldn't be the first time, probably not the last. Gauges are a little hard to read. I, as of today, still don't know where my fuel gauge is. The reason why I picked this truck is I hadn't driven it before, and if I absolutely hated it, I could still trade it in. But I thought, what the heck? Let's go with the truck that we hadn't used before, try something different, try something new. Wasn't too bad in the price range, but it's no Peterbilt. Honestly, I think the Western Star, correct me if I'm wrong, was a company that was acquired by Freightliner, so it's Freightliner Western Star. Go on over, buddy. Alright, thank you. But yeah, so Freightliner, Western Star. This truck drives a lot like the Freightliner in Freightliner Friday. It's wide, so. But I mean, other than that, it's pretty smooth handling. One other gripe is this cab didn't come with a GPS, so I have to use my GPS. Almost didn't make that. That would have been bad. But, not a horrible truck if you've been driving for a little while. Now, I do like it. Color is okay, but hey, we can fix that. I don't have to absolutely have this in cautionary tale yellow or, road advisory orange, but it's an okay little truck. I don't know, I might hold on to it for a little while and then trade it in for something. Maybe a Peterbilt, because Peterbilts have a better build quality. They're easier to drive, in my opinion. They seem smoother. So, but that's just that. I mean, good truck. I'm pretty satisfied with it, not overly satisfied with it, but that's pretty much that on this truck. I do enjoy it. I have driven it a little bit since the intro, just to get a basic feel for the truck. This is the mid-roof sleeper version, which lets me sleep in the back. I could have gotten it as a day cab, but, you know, not really a big fan of day cabs, being that I've started out driving some day cabs. And, you know, the Kenworth was a duty/day cab, you know, same basic thing, basic idea. And I'm like, you know what, been there once before, why go there again? You know, this isn't my first truck, my first time at the rodeo, so. Now where we're going, where we are, I'm not sure if I told you guys that, is Los Angeles. We're going to Las Vegas, Nevada. So this shouldn't be too long of a trip. Now, I didn't pick to go to Los Angeles. It just set me there. So, well, actually, I ended up finishing up a haul. Oh boy. I ended up finishing up a haul in Los Angeles. So, I figured, what the hey, you know, let's just take the shortest trip. And apparently it was to Las Vegas. But, you know, in a truck that I like, for the most part, not a bad trip. Now, the thing is, this truck, I'm not jumping straight into fourth when I go. Not sure if you guys can see. But I'm going from, like, first to second to third to fourth. You know, I'm actually working the transmission here. I'm not jumping into fourth gear to get it going. And I think that's because this is a 10-speed. Now this has a 500 horsepower diesel Cummins motor in it, so it's a pretty good powerhouse. Not that I know motors or anything, but it's a good powerhouse. It's not as great as the Cat motor, but hey, you know, you get what you pay for. Came stock in this truck anyway, so. Yeah, that was a little too wide for my liking. Now, I am still getting used to this truck, even though it is a little bit wider than the, well, actually, it's probably about the same width as the Freightliner, but driving it's a little bit smoother, if you guys can kind of catch my drift on that. It doesn't jerk as much, and it doesn't shake as much when you get it up in the speed. I'm not sure if I've had videos where the speed limit in some of the parts of the country that I go in is 80 miles an hour. Well, I've actually gotten the Freightliner up to 70, 75, 80 miles an hour. I've gotten this guy up to that too, and it doesn't sway as much, it doesn't jerk as much. So, it's a bit better build quality than the Freightliner Classic XL. But that's a truck that I'm never going to trade in, because I kind of built a little webisode series off of that truck. You know. Well, never say never, guys. I mean, I might trade that in. I don't know about this truck. It's slowly growing on me, and then I'm also slowly starting to dislike it, but I guess that's something, you know. You got to play around with it. You got to have it in your best of times, your worst of times. So, The high beams aren't too overpowering in this truck. The headlights are good. I have taken it on a night cruise. So, I've taken it on a night cruise with the rotary beacon on. The rotary beacon on this truck's kind of annoying at times, because you'll be sitting here, like, I notice when I sit at a red light, you'll see it flash every other way, except directly in front of you, so. But that's really what I use it for, is to let people know that, hey, I'm a wide load truck. I've got gasoline or explosives, so please don't hit me. Another red light. Yeah. It basically makes the same sounds as the Freightliner. So, well, okay, I just did a jump from first to fourth, and the truck seems like it can handle it. So maybe it's just the engine and not the transmission, but good engine. I mean, I like the sounds. I'm not using the engine brake or cruise control in this truck. I haven't done that in a while. Actually, I haven't used cruise control in this truck. I have done the engine brake, but now's probably a good time to demonstrate the engine brake. See, fairly quiet, but it's okay. I mean, I hate that when you get a truck with a loud engine brake, so. Now, one problem I have had with this, and this goes back to the fuel gauge on this truck. I was driving, and the GPS monitors my fuel also. It said that I was running low on fuel. I was in Las Vegas. So, I turn into a gas station and I go to the fuel island, and pretty much I sit there, I'm filling, 129 gallon tank. Now that's okay, but again, for long hauls, I'd much prefer a stretched tank, a larger tank on this truck, because it just keeps you from stopping at gas stations. So I did that. I made my delivery, I got paid. I tried to put a larger tank in there, but the shop didn't have any tanks for this truck. So, pretty much stuck with a 129 gallon tank. Now that is a big deal breaker for me, because this, again, the Freightliner and this truck, you know, I take them through Nevada, Arizona, California, and sometimes on the highways it's hard to find a gas station, let alone find a gas station that's on your route, so you're going to be wasting time. So I don't know about that. You know, I already kind of have, if I were to get rid of this truck, I'm gonna probably trade it in on my a 379 Peterbilt, and that'll be a long haul wide load truck with rotary beacons and stuff. So, but I really can't complain. This truck's done pretty well for the ride. You know, it's just getting used to how this thing turns is a bit of a pain. So, you guys might actually get to see this go up to 70 miles per hour, because that is the speed limit here. Okay, well, it's only 55 actually. It was 70 back there. But, okay, so this is a 10 speed going up to 9th gear. And this is a straightaway and a turn. See, it's not really swaying when we're going about like 60 miles per hour, where in the Freightliner it kind of would. Ooh, that could have got me for speeding. Good thing he didn't. But yeah, in the Freightliner it already started shaking. I wouldn't be able to control it too well, and that's why Well, most of the time I can't get it up to 88 miles per hour. I need to do some steady driving at what I like to call normal speeds. But this guy, we've been driving for a little bit. I think we're in Nevada. I'm not sure. No, we're still in California because that said Bristow. Yeah. Bristow is right about here. Up that exit there to my right. And, yeah, so we're on the outskirts of California. It's saying I'm about 3 hours away from Las Vegas. So, fairly good long drive. And I'm able to stay within the lines, which to me is a testament to how well this truck is built. You know, I've heard people who've also driven Freightliners say that they do shake after you get them up to a certain mileage. This truck doesn't do that. So, I'm noticing also too the torque on this truck, like the rev range, getting it up into gear. You got a good while before it starts really redlining, or well, this truck doesn't even have a red line on its tachometer, but it's got some get up and go, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Now another thing is I ended up getting rerouted because I ended up, oh, real quick, take in the sights, guys. Those are hot air balloons. So I'll finish the rest of the story after we pass those because I've got ADD. Not really, I kind of use it as a joke. But, so I got rerouted in this truck and I had to turn around and get back on the highway I had just gotten off. Well, one thing about this truck is, for as wide as it is, it makes some really nice turns. So I went across a median and ended up being able to turn, get back on my highway, and go back the way that I should have gone instead of coming off of it. So, would I say this truck is a dream to drive? Not necessarily, but you know, no commercial. No semi-truck really is a dream to drive. You do have to put the effort in and drive these guys. But, you know, it's fairly good. It's a little bit better than the Peterbilt, than the Kenworth that I have in the fleet that I ended up giving to the other driver. You know, that's a good truck. That was my first truck. I still have a little love for it. I've driven the Kenworth K100 in here. You know, good truck, turns on a dime pretty much because it's a cab over. You don't have that large nose and the wheels are right underneath the steering wheel, so. The only thing is, one time with another company's truck, I had taken a turn at about 50 miles per hour and flipped it. So, needless to say, I had to cancel the job. It cost me money. Company, I don't really know what happened with them, but they sent out another driver. They had to tow the truck away. I walked away unscathed, but the truck was like destroyed. So I'm trying to stick with conventionals. That way I don't, you know, get the too big for my britches and overtake a turn at way too high of a speed. So. Alright guys, I think now's an okay time to actually demo the rotary beacon, so. Alright, it's on. You should be able to see it soon. It is dark. See it reflecting off of that older truck in that yellow car? Yeah. So it flashes a little fast. It reminds me a lot of the Gran Torino, the bubble gum, or the gum bubble on the Ford Gran Torino from Starsky and Hutch. So it's about a 70s era rotary beacon. So, all in all, though, still a good truck. I did have to put the rotary beacon on there separate. Now, one nice thing was it did come with this visor. That's the only thing I really did was put the rotary beacon on. because I wanted, again, to make this my long-haul danger truck. So I could haul like gasoline and stuff. Diesel fuel, flammable liquids, solids, explosives. You know, stuff like that. But, really, for a short haul guy, if you're just starting out in this game, and you have this Western Star, it's a good truck. It's a fairly good one to learn on. That way you can kind of learn, hey, these trucks are fairly wide, be careful, you know. Here's the high beams on this guy too. So see, not too overpowering, but not too harsh. Now I did leave them on one time, and this got like 3 cars had flashed. There's letting me know that, hey, your high beams are too bright. But so, and we want to be over in this lane actually. There we go. I know I didn't look in my mirrors coming up here, but oh no, don't do it. Don't do it. Come on, crawl, crawl, crawl. We're gonna shift it down in the 4th. Let it do some work. Alright. Stop sign. Let's see. Now another thing is, these are the stock mirrors, and cars are easily hidden behind these stock mirrors, so. Okay. Now, I had just run through 1st, 2nd, 3rd. I'm in 4th now, going into 5th. So, if you're pretty good at shifting, you got a concentration, or you can get this truck in automatic. I mean, every truck that they have at the dealerships you can get in automatic. So it's a fairly good truck to also kind of learn how to shift with. Now this truck isn't stock to the video game, it's a mod. If you have Steam, it's available in the Steam Workshop, so. Oof, man, that would have been bad, hitting that limo. Sometimes I do, guys. I get jealous of these people. There we go. There's 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And swing it. Yeah. Fifth, 6th. Now this truck does want to run away with you. As you can see, I've actually been speeding in this truck and haven't gotten caught yet. But yeah, this truck does like to run away with you. I don't know if that's because you got a 500 horse motor in here, but and a 10-speed transmission, but I mean, I'm so used to running 18 speeds that it's kind of hard to gauge about where speeds are in this truck. So, but you know, they have this in a 5-speed, 10-speed, 13-speed, which I'm like, okay, how's that work? So I might actually try a 13-speed for you guys in this truck. I'll let you know when I do, when and if I do that. So that way you guys aren't guessing like, okay, he's still got it in 10-speed. Like, I'll let you know right away. But I do enjoy shifting an 18-speed truck. This 10-speed's okay, but again, not enough gears. Well, for me, it feels like there's not enough gears in this truck. Right now I'm in 7th, and I'm right in the middle of the tachometer. Yeah, I jumped the line there, so. Yeah, see, these little side streets aren't made for this truck, really. Over there will actually take you to the Vegas Strip, because I believe that's actually the entrance and exit, or one of the many entrances and exits for Las Vegas proper. We're going to this Walmart. I'm delivering TVs. It would have been nice if I was delivering like M2s or Hot Wheels, maybe gotten myself a Chase. You know, it would have been cool, but I don't think we're allowed to scalp the cases while we're driving. I'm going to do straight pulling, guys, because again, I still have not mastered backing in. There we go, guys. Don't need those. Alright, hold on. Mouse is acting up. Okay. Oh, still have my turn signal on. I need to have my four-way flashers on. Third is probably appropriate. Fourth lets me go too fast to this truck. So. Yeah, third's probably the best I'm going to get when it comes to speed and safety. We don't need the engine brake on because we're just going slow and we're going to dock. Alright, come on, let's get within those lines. Alright, so probably not the best parking job ever, but still fairly close. Yeah. So, they'll let me do it there. Alright, we damaged a little bit, but still fairly good. Still learning the truck, how wide it is. Hope you guys like this video. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think of the truck down in the comments section. Have a good one, guys.